Hey, welcome. I am super excited to be with you here tonight and to dive into all things journaling. So, if you're here, if you're joining me, whether you're live or whether you're watching back the replay of this, maybe you've signed up for my Journaling Unleashed questions and you've been diving into those. This is to go alongside that and really support you in actually getting your own personal journaling up and started and actually doing it consistently, because that's the key. That's what makes all the difference. So if you're watching this live with me, then say hello. If not, you can feel free to type in comments later, put hashtag replay. I will take a look at them, or just click reply to the email and I'll answer any questions that you've got specifically. So I am really passionate about journaling because it helped me really turn around my mindset. Firstly, when I was going through a period of real anxiety, feeling really stuck in my business and not feeling like I was really moving forwards. And journaling was the tool that I discovered that really helped me turn things around. And since then, oops, I froze a moment. Since then, it's something that I've used consistently to help step me back into my personal power, to help remind me of who I really am, and to help get really clear on the vision and my message and my purpose, and remind me of that daily. If you're hopping on, say hello. It'd be lovely to see who's actually here with me. And so I really want to share how journaling works, why journaling works, and help you make it work for you. Because I think it's all well and good to hear people harping on about journaling all the time, right? We hear it quite a lot. And that's because it is so powerful, but actually getting it up and running and starting to journal regularly is a whole different matter. And I think that already, you know, we hear and we have so many of these to do things in our businesses and in our lives, right? Life is super busy. Businesses is really busy. And you've always got plenty of things that you could and should be doing. So making journaling a priority and actually finding time to journal can be difficult. I know that it can. And actually getting into it and turning it into a habit so that you do it regularly, so that it really helps take you and your business to the next level, can be key. Hi Lucy, it's lovely to see you on here. We've got some other people watching, so say hello. I want to see who's on here with me, and I really want to dive into any questions that you've got specifically to help you move forward with them tonight. So if you don't know me, I'm Claire McPherson. I'm a business growth and mindset coach, and I'm absolutely passionate about supporting incredible high vibe women in taking their business and their lives to the next level, because I believe that everyone desires to have a business that fulfills them, that lights them up, that makes them feel super in flow and excited. Rebecca, it's lovely to see you here as well. So I really want to dive into 3 things that will get journaling working for you long term, making it really consistent and really sustainable. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. I've just been on a coaching call and I could talk just fine. Annette, it's lovely to see you here too. So as I try and get my tongue to work properly, I don't know what's going on there. I would love to know, just tell me in the chat box, are you already journaling? Is it something that you already do and you love and you just want some more kind of ideas around? Or is it something that's been on your to-do list for a while, but you're struggling to make consistent? So I'd love to hear exactly where you are personally with your own journaling practice or not, so that I can really support you as fully as possible during this training tonight. And as I say, I really do want to dive right into this and answer all the questions that you might have, because I believe that journaling is a powerful tool that every single one of us can tap into. And what's amazing is that it's absolutely free. It costs us nothing. We don't need to wait for someone else to be there or to get on a call with us. It's something that we have in our arsenal that we can tap into anytime to really shift us. And so journaling made a huge difference to my own business. Going back a number of years now, I was in a place where I was filled with anxiety, really struggling, and really doubting whether I was ever going to actually be able to make it happen. And at the time, I had a coach, but I had to wait for the next coaching session with my coach, right? And in that time, whether it was a week or 2 weeks in between sessions, I would feel the anxiety building up inside of me. And I would have some days where I felt on top of the world and I was like, yes, I'm doing this and I'm super excited. And then I'd have other days where I literally was in that space of, oh my gosh, this is never going to work. Maybe I should be looking for jobs. What am I doing wrong? Why, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I make this work? And so I was constantly yo-yoing between these two places. And it was basically putting a hold on my business. It was stopping me from moving forwards because I would be filled with self-doubt and filled with anxiety. And I remember when I look back to that time, I would wake up and the first thing I'd feel in the morning was this anxiety in my stomach and really stressed about, oh my gosh, like, how today am I going to make some money? How today am I going to find a new client? Like, what am I going to do right now to turn things around and really get my business working for me, so that it wasn't just this expensive hobby, but it was a real business that actually supported my family, because that's what I needed it to do. And every day I was putting in all these hours of work. My heart was in the right place. My head was in the right place. But my mindset was a bit of a mess. And the reason that my mindset was a mess was because I needed it to work. I needed to be bringing in money. And I kept falling into self-doubt because I kept thinking, well, I'm doing all of the things here. Why isn't it working for me? Why is this business not further? Why don't I have more clients? Why aren't I making enough money? And so if that, I think we all go through that phase in our business. Some people give up at that point. And I am so, so grateful that I discovered journaling, because I think if I hadn't have done, maybe I would have given up, which when I look back now would have been an absolute nightmare. I'd have been missing out on so much magic. Gosh, just on so much, my life would look totally different. And so I'm massively, massively in gratitude that I did discover journaling. Not only that I discovered it, but that I found a way to put it into my daily routine so that it became a consistent, and it really helped shift me into that next level version of myself. But it does so much more than that. And that's some of the things that I want to talk you through tonight, is that we can use journaling not just to shift how we're feeling, we can use it to bring more clarity, but we can also actually use it to grow our business specifically. And I want to dive into that later with you. So journaling was key to shifting my mindset and turning things around as a go-to thing that I could do every single day to take control of my state of mind. And I don't know if those of you who are listening to me, you've probably all heard of Tony Robbins. I remember going to Tony Robbins seminars and some of his events years ago. And he would constantly talk about changing our state. And you hear about changing our state all of the time. So if we're not in a good state, we're not in a good mindset, we're probably in that space of doubt or worry or stress or overwhelm or whatever might be going on. And when we're in that state, it's really hard to show up in our power. It's really hard to get into flow. It's really hard to actually make things work, because it feels like we're pushing and pushing and pushing and not getting the results that we want. And so, hi Kerry, lovely to see you here as well. And so changing our state is key to actually getting things working for us rather than us pushing against them. And so we hear about this changing our state. And I used to, after I'd been to some of those Tony Robbins events, I would do all kinds of things to try and change my state. I would put music on, I'd dance around the house, I'd go to the gym, I'd go for a walk, I'd do some of those things. And they did help. But even as I was doing them, sometimes the little ego inside my head, my self-talk would go crazy. And so even if, I might be on the running machine, running, and the little voice in my head would say, Claire, you should be working on your business right now, because you haven't got any clients and you're not making any money. And if you carry on doing this, then what's going to happen? Maybe you should just give up completely, get off this treadmill and go and apply for some jobs. And so what I would find is that I was trying to change my state in the way that Tony Robbins teaches it, and many other people do. And it's an amazing thing to do, right? So I'm certainly not knocking those things, and they do work and they do help. But really, the little voice inside of my head was what really needed tackling. And journaling was the way that I did that. And so I want to talk through some specific ways that you can get journaling really working for you, so that you can take control of that voice in your head, so that you can move past yourself, really. Because ultimately, when it comes to us growing our business, but actually when it comes to doing anything that we want in life, we're usually our biggest block. We get in our own way time and time and time again. Because it can be scary, because there is fear involved when it comes to going outside of our comfort zone and doing new things, when it comes to being more visible or putting out offers or standing up and declaring that we are the expert in something. And we can get so consumed by worry and fear and what people are going to say and whether it doesn't work. And all the other things, all the other baggage that can come with us, that we get stuck and we almost freeze with that fear. And so journaling is a brilliant way to really move past all of that, to step us into our power. But not only that, it helps us get much clearer on our message. It helps us connect with our soul clients. It helps us to really create that vision that we're wanting to create and step into it time and time and time again. Those of you who've followed me in kind of on here for a while, you've heard of me talking about bridging. And bridging is such an important process. I'm getting all kinds. I'm getting some lovely things, and I don't know if someone pressed that right, so then that's very funny. So those of you who are with me, some of you have been popping in some comments. That's awesome. Claire, you've just tuned in. You'll watch it back from the beginning. That's okay. Self-talk. Absolutely. Hello. Hi, Kate. Okay. So as I said before, you might have missed it. Let me know where you're at with your journaling right now. Do you have a journaling practice? Are you consistent with it? What do you feel is missing from getting journaling to really work for you? And I'm going to be diving into answering all of those in a little while once you've popped in the comments, or feel free just to give me a little shower of love hearts so that we can dive into the actual content of this and I can really help you start moving forwards with your journaling practice. So I'm going to talk through 3, maybe 4 points that are really going to help you shift into making journaling work for you, but also to make it feel good, right? Because I think one of the things that we can do is we can tell ourselves that we should be journaling, because there's lots of hype around journaling. Thank you, they're gorgeous. There's lots of hype around journaling. And so it's one of those things that can go on our to-do list, and we can even beat ourselves up because, oh God, I'm still not doing that, but everyone's talking about it. Is it one of those things that I should be doing in order to actually move forwards? Like, maybe it's because I'm not doing this that I'm not getting the results that we want. And that's not empowering at all, right? That's just putting ourselves in a place of scarcity and lack, which is never the place to be growing a business from, and never the place that we actually want to be living from, right? Because it feels difficult and it doesn't feel fun. And at the end of the day, we're growing these businesses. We left like the corporate world or jobs or whatever we were doing before to build a business because we wanted to do something that we love. And yet it's so easy, isn't it, to get caught up in not getting the results that you want, or not moving forwards, and push, or hustle, or whatever it might be, and get really trapped in a spiral downwards, whereby you can actually lose sight of why you decided to do this business in the first place. And I'm really passionate about the fact that we need to tap back into our joy when it comes to business. We want to have fun with it. We want to be free. We want to feel happy. And it's about that journey every single day. And again, I think journaling can tap us back into that joy and tap us back into our happiness by reminding us of who we really are, why we're doing this, what our purpose is. And really into, what's her name? Danielle Laporte talks about our core desired feelings. Journaling is a brilliant way to tap us back into those core desired feelings, so we're feeling them now. So, okay, the points that I want to cover. Point number 1 when it comes to journaling is you need to make it a priority, right? It's like, duh, of course, Claire. But that's the problem. So for most people who don't have a consistent journaling practice, it's because it's not a priority. And no one can blame you, right? It's not a priority because you've probably got a huge to-do list. You're probably juggling a business with a family and a million other things that you have to do, maybe even with a job as well for some people. And so every single day you're super busy, you've got a ton of things to do, and it's very easy to think, why the heck should I find time for journaling? I'm already so busy. What, these things have